Meow means makes each one wanted. We are a weekly featured show here on the platform all about pets. Now, all pets are welcome, cats, dogs, and everything else, snakes, iguanas, and everything that slithers, slides, crawls, spits, whatever it might be, chirps, flies away, however you want to do it. Okay. If you have a pet, and you are interested in being on the show, Emoji J is my special admin, and he would be happy to hear from you as well as myself anytime that you want to get up on the show. I want to say thank you for all of the gifts to Top Edge Eddie, Box Boy, Cats Roar, everybody for all of the gifts. If I don't say thank you for the gift that you're sending, know that it's not because I am not appreciative. It is because this is a featured show, and I'm not going to be able to acknowledge all of the gifts that are given when they're given. But just understand, I do appreciate it, and I do hope you take the time to come up here to these bubbles and favorite these amazing gifters. So tonight's show is real. I'm very excited. Top Badge Drea is my special guest this evening, and I am very, very excited that she is coming to, tonight to share her pets with all of us. If you don't know Drea, it'll be a great time for you to get to know her a little bit more as well. Okay, now in the past we do have a pet of the week, and understand I'm very excited when people also send pictures of their pets to me on Instagram and tell me they are interested in having their pet as my special pet of the week. And I would love it to get some photos. Now, none of you have sent your photo in, so apparently you do not want to flex your pet to the rest of the Meet Me community. But next week, if you would like to potentially be my pet of the week with your pet, please send a picture of your pet into me on my Instagram so that you can be acknowledged as our special pet of the week here on the platform. Okay? Now, and if you don't follow my Instagram, it's linked up here in my bio. Thank you so much for all of the gifts once again. Okay, so the way we get started every week with Meow and me is I like to do a little pet trivia. Now, pet trivia is just what it sounds like. It is about pets. And you hear this buzzer? Yeah, that's because sometimes we give the right answers and sometimes we give the wrong answers, but all in all, we try to answer the question, and sometimes we just have no idea what we're talking about at all, and that's perfectly okay too. We just throw out there and have a guess. So because we are going to be meeting some incredible, hey, there's another featured show host here in the building. Her name is Dr. Dimples. And if you don't know her, she has a show earlier on in today, and it's called The Daily Dish, where she dishes out all the good details here about what's happening in the world of celebrity. So don't, make sure you hit her with a favorite and go check out her featured platform. Okay. I am so excited. So we'll get started by asking ourselves this question. Why do cats lick themselves? Does anybody know? Is it to evenly distribute natural oils around their fur? Is it to stimulate blood flow? Is it to keep to keep their wounds clean? Or is it all of the above? Or is it all of the above? What do you think it is? Do you think it's to keep their wounds clean? Not that. Is it all of the above? Oh, you guys are too hard to fool. You guys are too hard to fool. Cats do lick themselves for many, many reasons. Some of us lick ourselves too. Like, I have seen babies lick their thumbs, and some of you still probably do suck your thumb at night. I do not. It's bad for my teeth, whatever. Anyways, that's beside the point. Okay, wrong story. That was like a story that did not need to be told, respectfully. Okay, cats lick themselves for many reasons, including for comfort, to reduce body odor so they won't be detected by their predators. Yeah, and to evenly distribute oils, to stimulate blood flow, and to keep their wounds clean. Okay, lots of reasons for cats to be licking themselves. All right, now you may be wondering, you've ever heard how cats always land on their feet? Thank you for the gifts. How far can a cat fall without dying? Is it 3 stories? Is it 7? Is it 19 or any height? Like, how far can a cat fall without dying? 3, 7, 19 stories, or any height? The higher the better. Too low is not good. Yes, all of the heights are in fact good for falling for pets. Yes. So the question, folks, is this: Is it 3? No. Is it 7? No. Is it 19? No. It is any height. It's quite possible for a cat to survive at its terminal velocity of 60 miles per hour, as demonstrated as on by one study on 132 cats falling an average of 5.5 stories. It was published in the Journal of the American Veterinary Medical Association. 90% survived. 90% survived, albeit many required medical attention. A cat in Boston, Massachusetts survived a fall from a 19-story window with only a bruised chest. And there are documented cases of cats falling from a 32nd story skyscraper in New York City and still surviving. Landing unscathed, however, is far from guaranteed. So even though they might fall and survive, they're probably going to need medical attention. So it's not something you want to try at home. You're not trying to get your cat to jump out of places respectfully, okay? Emoji J, can you just make sure? I haven't seen Drea here yet. Can you make sure? Can you reach out to her for me, please? And make sure she is on her way. All right. Who was the first cartoon cat? Was it Heathcliff? Was it Felix? Was it Pistols Pete? Or was it Garfield? Thank you for all of the guests, you guys. Thank you, Jersey, Simply Sweet, Box Boy, Cats. I see you all. Thank you. All right. I see a lot of people saying Garfield, Felix. Is it Garfield? No, it's not Garfield. Is it Felix, Kitty? You are correct. It is Felix the cat. Hello, meow. Purr. Felix the cat, with his big bag of tricks, is one of the most recognized cartoon characters in film history, actually, which is incredibly wild. All right. Now, here we go. What is the earliest? Wait. Where do cats have the most of their sweat glands? Sweaty sweat glands. Is it their ears? Is it their nose? Is it their paws? Or is it their bellies? I feel like Boxboy is hurt. He's had this question before and he is right. Cats mostly sweat through their paws. A frightened cat may even leave a trail of wet footprints on the surface area to do much cooling. Cats have developed additional strategies for coping with heat. Yeah, that's what's up. That is what they do. Now, what y'all know about Egyptians and kitties, okay? Egyptians loved cats and they very much loved them. So, what was the punishment? The punishment for smuggling a cat out of ancient Egypt. If you tried to snatch a cat, what do you think they were willing to do to you? Do you think that you got exiled from Egypt? That they just made you dead? Did you get life in prison? Or did you get your hands chopped off? Those are your options, folks. These Egyptians were not messing around. Either you're going to get exiled, your hands chopped off, you were going to spend life in prison, or you were just going to get dead. What do you think it will be? Who wants to take hands? I see hands. It is not the hands. It is not the hands. Is it exile? Is it dead? Is it life in prison? Who wants to go with life? Life? Is it life? Oh my goodness, it is not life. That leaves two choices, everyone. Is it exile or is it dead? Which one do you want? I'm dead. Okay. Let's see. Is it dead? Oh, it is dead. You will die if you take somebody's cat in Egypt back in the day. Okay, smuggling a cat out of ancient Egypt was a serious crime. It was punishable by death. Court records, okay, ancient court records from Egypt show that armies were occasionally dispatched to rescue the kidnapped kitties and bring them back home to Egypt. Thank you, chocolate. Yes, they would dispatch armies depending on whose cat you decided to sneak off with. I am saying you better not take these people's cats. If you ever do any time walking back into ancient Egypt, please do not take people's kitties. You will be dead, you know? All right. Next question. I see Top Badge Tria is in the building. Next question. What is a female cat called? Is she called a dame? Is she called a bi something? Is she a queen or is she a doe? Which one is she called? A bi? A dame? It's not the dame. We got queen, doe, and a bi something. A queen? A queen it is, Fred. Well done. A female cat is called a queen or a molly. A molly or a queen. Yeah. Yep. See, when people call me Queen Kitty, they're calling me exactly the right name. Yes, to refer me to my name, it is Queen. I am a female kitty. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay, you're like, yeah, Kitty, you're delusional. I know, it's okay. What was the name of the first cloned cat? What was the name of the very first cloned cat? Was it Cece? Was it Chance? Was it Max? Or was it Little Nicky, like, you know, after Adam Sandler in the movie? What do you think it may have been? Is it Chance? It's not Chance. Is it Cece? It is Cece. Born December 22nd, 2001. Cece, for copycat or carbon copy, was a brown tabby and white domestic short hair and the first cloned pet, period. Cece's surrogate mother was a tabby, but her genetic donor, Rainbow, was a calico domestic short hair. The first commercially cloned cat was Little Nicky, who cost his owner over $50,000, making him one of the most expensive cats ever in history. Yeah, you can clone your pets. Barbara Streisand's done it like many times. Okay, you guys, this is our last question of the night before I welcome in my first special guest and only special guest of the night, Top Badge Drea, for this special episode of Meow and Me. Okay, what cat goddess did ancient Egyptians worship? Yeah, you know, I like my Egyptians because, you know, they love kitty cats. Okay, they love their kitties, you know, all of those things. So what cat goddess did they yes, Queen Vinca, did they worship? Was it Anuket? Was it Isis? Was it Heket? Or was it Bastet? Was it Anuket, Isis, Heket, or Bastet? Isis, let's see. It's not Isis, good guess. That means Anuket. Was it Anuket? No. That leaves Heket and Bastet. I'm going to go with the 50-50 split. If you go H or B, which C? Let's go with Heket. No, I'm wrong. It's Bastet. Thank you, Diamond. Thank you. Welcome in, everybody, to Meow and Me. Ancient Egyptians worshipped a cat goddess, often represented as half feline, half woman, who they called Bastet. Throughout most of ancient Egyptian history, she was a lioness warrior, goddess of the sun. But Greeks occupying ancient Egypt toward the end of its civilization changed her into the goddess of the moon. Very interesting. And if my Drea, if you are ready, please request the box. And that is the end of animal trivia this week. And it was, of course, about the kitties this week because we have Top Drea and she has the kitties for us tonight. So you might be like, I'm starting to notice a trend here. Kitty always does the kind of animal that we are going to be surprised with. And you're right, we do. So here is Drea. Let's welcome her in.
Hi.
Hello, Drea. Is
Can
it
you
okay
hear
to
me?
do big box or medium
Oh
box?
no, I
Which
can't
one
hear
do
you.
you like most? I hear
Oh.
you great. I hear
Oh, okay. I hear you now. I hear you now. Okay.
you. Can you hear me? Do you want to
Hi.
do big box or medium box? Like the medium box is good too. Yeah. Okay.
Look, I got my little
I love it.
kitty.
I love it. You know,
It's
a
got
hundred percent.
little ears too.
If you guys are just coming in, welcome. And this is Top Drea. And this she is our special guest tonight on Meow and Me. Welcome in. This is a featured pet show here on the platform, you guys, and we appreciate you all joining us tonight. Now, you can ask questions in the comments. Just because you ask them doesn't mean that I will present them to Drea. Okay, but
Okay.
if they're respectful and reasonable, I definitely will ask them.
Thank
Now.
you.
Now, Drea, tell us what kind of cats or pets you have.
I have I have three cats, and I call them the Galaxy Gang. I have Mercury right here.
Mercury.
Hi, buddy. He's
Oh,
shy.
wow, he's so pretty.
And then I it's hard. Has anyone ever heard the term like herding kittens? Like it's impossible to herd kittens.
Mhm.
Yes, Mercury. So I didn't know what to do. So I kind of got like I'm sitting on the floor kind of boxed in with catnip like all over the ground. And so I don't know like Pluto and Gemini are just like rolling in the catnip, enjoying
That's
their
what's a
life.
good idea. Can you guys see them really good, or should I make it bigger? Can you see the kitties? Okay, the gray one, Drea, which one is Pluto?
This is Pluto. This is
Pluto is the
Pluto.
gray kitty right here. He's loving that
Aw.
catnip. Aw,
He
look at him.
is. And yep, there goes Gemini. Yep. And Mercury's all about this. So we're trying to, I don't know, Mercury. And then I got the goods right here. So
Oh, she brought cat treats too.
I was like, I don't know how to keep them. They're so cute. Like every time I feed them, I don't know if I can get them to take it because of, but I go, hey, Pluto, do you want a snack? Do you want a snack? Gemini, be nice. The catnip. Very cute.
Very
Don't give
cute.
nobody.
Very demure.
That's what I say to them when I give them treats. But right now they're like, give me the catnip.
Uh,
Really?
okay, and okay, so Pluto is gray, Gemini is the black kitty.
She's my little tortie.
She's the tortie.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a
Tortie with
tortie.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
But isn't she so like she's got an attitude, but she's so sweet. Like when she sits pretty, like look how gentle she is.
Yeah,
She just
hold on, let
sits
me make it a
pretty.
little bit medium so we can see better. Aw.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
But
she's
other that's
very
about all I
sweet.
can get out of her. And then
Yeah.
Pluto, if I can get him away from the catnip, he likes to go into air gel. So oh he's so big. Can you believe they're brother and sister? Okay.
They
So
are from the same litter.
he loves
I,
it. Don't
I
know
love
why.
it.
Oh, he's so big. At 6 months, he weighed 10 pounds. So,
Oh,
and then Mercury, I call him Mercuroni and cheese. He is, I think, 7 months old now. So, and we're still getting used to each other. Like, look at his fluffy little foxtail. He'll be very
oh,
sweet
wow.
for just like 2 seconds. He'll manage, and then no, we're done. So
No. Well, okay. So if Mercury and Pluto, no, yes, they're from the same litter.
no, Gemini and Pluto are from the same litter, and they were born April 20th. Yes, 420 of last year. So they're over a year old now. And Mercury was born March 20th, 1866.
Oh, so they're pretty young still. You've got a household basically of kind of kittens.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know how this one is a kitten. Come here, Pluto. Come here, Plutonium. He's just like, I cannot. I don't know if the catnip was a good idea because someone's biting my toe right now. Gemini.
The catnip is biting your show is great. I love that. They're kitty ninjas. Yes. They are having snacks, very much having a good snack for sure. Um,
Snack.
um,
And I wish that Pluto plays fetch, but I'm not really sure if he'll do it in this state. Like, this is his favorite thing. Like, let's see if he'll bring it back. Come here, Pluto. It's up here, Bubby.
I love
Oh, no,
tricks.
not yet. Not
Oh,
yet. You ready?
oh.
Go get it. I don't know. We'll see if he brings it back. He's a little. Nope. He's not gonna bring. He usually does. I swear, he usually does. Oh, now he wants to play with this. Come here, you guys. Catnip is out of control right now. So anyway, what? Any
No,
questions?
I love it. This is part of the fun of having live pets on the show is part of watching watching all of the
Puppy.
fun and interaction they get to have with each other, yourself. And yeah, they're just like really high right now.
They are.
The cats
Pluto
are
is.
on the catnip, they're on the nip. Watch out.
I know. Pluto's usually so sweet, but right now you're being a little aggressive. Can you say you're sorry?
Yeah, yeah. I love it. I mean, okay, now you called them your galaxy gangdria. Can you tell us, like, why do you call them the galaxy gang?
Well, because they're Mercury, Pluto, and Gemini. Galaxy. They're my space crew. But that's all. I'm not. Well, Gemini's not really a planet, but it's constellation. Astrology, and Pluto is the ruling planet over Scorpio. No, yes, Scorpio maybe, and so is Mercury. So yes.
Which one is the tortie?
Gemini. So Gemini is she's not a ruling planet, but she is an air sign. Um, and so I don't know what planets rule over Gemini. Mercury actually is also one of Gemini's ruling planets, which I thought was interesting. So Mercury, metaphysically, when we think about astrology, we always talk about, oh, Mercury's in retrograde. It's going to be so terrible. Well, because Mercury stands for communication and relatability. So when it's in retrograde, we're doing it wrong. We're not communicating. We're not connecting. Things like that. So I think it's really interesting. And Mercury is supposed to
A ver,
ground. Gemini is
mándale unas
ground.
rosas aquí al nido, aquí para que se
They embody
aliviane.
their names really well, I think. Gemini definitely has two personalities
Read chat.
representing the twins. Mercury does communicate a lot. Mercury.
Oh, he's your meower. Does he
He's
meow?
my
How does he communicate?
meows all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if he could do it like
Don't
Mercury.
really be having nothing for real anyway. But
I love a mouthy cat. I call him mouthy
it's like
because
I
Chuck Norris
send
is
something
mouthy.
to him,
My
get
cat
to do
Chuck,
it.
he loves to meow constantly, and it's
Does
like,
he?
oh yeah, he's a meower. He's like really, really vocal.
I
Super
love
loves to
it.
talk so much.
Well, he doesn't want to talk right now. Why are you being so shy? Mercury. Mercuroni. A little bit. That was a little meow. Mercury. So anyway,
Oh,
Are like
yeah.
covered in cat hair, and I don't know what that was, like a little feather. They're out of, I don't know, you guys. If you do this, don't cover yourself in catnip.
Oh, that we like the kitties being wild and crazy. It's part of the fun, you know, part of the fun. It's just part of having multiple cats as well.
Oh no,
And we
they
love your
found.
sweatshirt. What are you talking about? Your sweatshirt's dope, even with the cat hair, you know?
Yeah.
The cat hair adds authenticity to it. That's what the cat hair adds, more authenticity to the whole thing. We are here
Yes.
for it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I love that. I love that. Um,
I feel like they're being a little boring right now. I'm sorry. Like
oh, they're not.
they're
They're
staring at
cats.
me.
They're
Finally
cats.
get them.
Like, do you notice like one of the three, because they're pretty close in age, within like a year or so? Like, how does it feel being a cat mom of three cats kind of closer in age? Is it like what does that look like for you?
Well, it's interesting because I think, well, Pluto's actually more the mom. I always tell him, "You're not the mom." So
Nice.
the story, it's kind of a sad story, like how I ended up with them, and I too many details. That Gemini, don't eat that. She's like, I'm gonna get into the treats, right? Okay, I'm sorry. I'll give you one in just a minute. So I had lost a cat about the same time that my mother passed away. And then I really did want another cat, but it was taking me some time, and it has to be the right fit. And so um I was looking, at different like adoption places and all of that. And I have no problem with people who seek out and purchase breeds if that's what you want. For me, it has to be a connection. You know, I do prefer male cats, even though I got Gemini. It's just preference. But if I connected to that, then I connect to that. But I really wanted a gray kitten, and I had never had one. And I was looking around, and all of this stuff. And I was at the Dollar Tree, and I was like, I'm just going to get some cat things, just in case I get a kitten, just like some toys or whatever if I find one. And I'm staying next to this lady, and I thought she was talking to me, but so because she was talking about like a red sparkly collar, and she said something like, "Can boys wear glitter?" And I was like, "Well, I don't see why not." And she like was startled, and she was like, "Oh no, I was just talking to myself." And I was like, "Oh, well." So we got on the topic of like getting a kitten, and I guess like her boss's cat had just had a litter of kittens, and had some extra, and I was like, "Oh, I'm looking for like a male black or gray kitten." And she's like, "Oh, she has one, da da da." So I was like, we exchanged phone numbers, and I'm like, I'll probably never hear from her ever again. And then like the next day she called, and she's like, your kitten's ready. So I drive to like this another city to this like Arby's parking lot with a bunch of people I don't know. Ow, Mercury. And oh, what is that? Oh, okay. And so then I get like everyone's in there, and she opens up the door, and she's like, "Here's your kitten." And it was like this beautiful, almost looked like Mercury, but it was this beautiful like white and cream kitten. And I was like, "Oh, beautiful." And she's like, "No, that's my kitten." And she like moves her kitten aside, and there's this like tiny, malnourished, screaming Torty female kitten, which was Gemini. And I was like, okay. Like, she was obviously the runt. She was very sickly, and like everyone's holding their new kittens in the parking lot, and they're being all lovey. And like I pick up Gemini, and she's like trying to like claw my face off, like screaming really loud. I'm just like getting bloody, and I'm like, it's fine. I'll love her. Oh,
Oh,
mommy, it's okay. Like, it's meant to be. Like, it'll be okay. She's like, everyone like was looking at me like, what are you doing to her? Because she was just like, ah! And I was like, oh my god. And so, this lady, like, she didn't speak very good English, but she was like, I have one more cat, but he's at my house.
oh.
And I was like, okay. And it's fine. I'll follow you. It's fine if I get murdered. Like, it's fine. And so, like, so I go there, and like I'm sitting in the parking lot, and she brings out this. I manifested him, I swear, because I said I wanted a gray boy kitten. And
Oh,
out, she just brings this beautiful boy, just this beautiful, gentle boy. And in the meantime, Gemini's in the carrier just like getting murdered, apparently. Ah no, I'm so
I just
big.
wanted to see him a little bit bigger because I'm
Oh,
kind of blind. I'm not blind, but I just wanted to see him a little bit bigger because he is beautiful. He's beautiful. Look at how
okay.
beautiful he's got beautiful green eyes. You can tell he really loves getting snuggled.
He
Like
does.
he's not
He
even trying
does.
to move away. He just gave us blinky eyes, Stria.
I know. You should.
Oh,
He actually like whenever I'm streaming, he loves it. He gets in there and he's like, "Hi guys." He's like, "Hi
oh,
guys, you look at
he's
this."
so happy. Who wants to snuggle this cat right now? I know I do. Pluto. Prrr. That's Pluto.
um, yes, and so, but I look at him and I look at her because she was very, very sick. Like I didn't know if she was gonna make it. She was so sick, and
Yeah.
he was so big. And I look at the lady and she's like, "No, no, 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 same litter, born 420." And I was like, "Okay," because he was huge and she was tiny, and so when you talked about the mothering thing, I'm kind of getting there. So
Oh, you're
one,
fine.
I'm glad that they were siblings because I had just lost my mom and my sister and I, our relationship fell apart. And so my mindset was like, I don't like they need each other. Siblings need each other. Families need each other. Like one is very hurt, you know. I don't know if I have business getting two kittens right now, but I feel like I don't want to separate families because my family just got separated. It was just like my mindset. But when I put him in the carrier with her, like she instantly just
Oh,
like
wow.
calmed down and she was like happy. I was still terrified of her. It took a while for her to like not be scared, but here's the thing about Mercury. So little buddy, little dude, let him nurse on him.
Really?
For I don't know why. I guess, like, cause it was just like that, whatever. And he would just lay and he'd get little like sores on his belly. And I'm like, buddy, there's nothing in there. But like it helped her, I guess, like, I don't know. She watched like he would eat and she like would eat and all of those things. Like, I don't know. Thank you for the turkey. I don't know if she really would have she might have made it, but she was very just, she was the runt. She was not the healthiest. And, so then lo and behold, when I got Mercury, he did the same thing. Mercury, stop it, buddy. He did the same thing with Mercury, but Mercury came from a kitten colony and he
Oh,
was super sick. They get that upper respiratory stuff.
yeah, yeah.
And Pluto would clean his eyes and his nose and all the snot and like make sure that he was okay to the point where like Pluto's face like got so swollen from all the infection while Mercury got better. Like that's so I don't know how I feel like Pluto is the cat mom. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So but
Really
it
an
is
act of
hard.
love.
He really and he's such a sweet boy. He really is. He also he loves he loves is that me doing that or he loves sparkly things like he brings me necklaces and jewelry that I didn't even know I owned like I don't know
Oh, he
like
brings you gifts?
yes like but jewelry like just like random stuff that I'm like where did that come from like I'm trying to think
Wow. Oh, so, oh, wow.
what is this
Wow.
Pluto what is it I don't know what this is just like a piece of random silver are you being shy I know you're looking at it you love it. I wish that we could see his face. Like he's got. Oh, Pluto, do you love it? Do you love it so much? Oh, are you gonna be like very demure and very cutesy on camera? Okay.
He's very appropriate, very demure, very cutesy. He brings you nice gifts too, not like mice and stuff. He brings you jewelry.
Oh my gosh, when I was at work the other day, like I opened up like my bag or whatever, and he like put a toy in there, and I was like, and I know it's his toy because he has favorites, and I was like, oh my gosh, Pluto, so sweet. Thank you, but I don't need this at work.
They, they want a cat like that too. Yeah, I don't blame you. Oh, you guys, this is so great. If you're just coming into Meow and Me, Welcome in. This is a feature pet show here on the platform. This is Top Batch Drea. She is our special guest tonight with her three special pet friends, Pluto, Mercury, and Gemini. And they're all, it sounds to me a little bit kind of like they were meant to be with you, you know? Even
Thank
though you
you.
kind of described at a time of like crisis that you ended up getting them into your life, it sounds like they all were meant to be with you.
I wonder about Mercury sometimes, but we're working on him. He's just a little guy. There you go. Very cutesy. Very, come here, Gemini. Very cutesy. Very demure. Yes, good girl. I don't have anything in my
Oh,
hand, Mercury. I don't know why I say that to them because they're so gentle when they take their treats. I'm just like, you're very, very cute, very demure. Are we very demure? Not really. That was a little. Ugh. Does anybody else have cats in the comments? Like,
oh
I just
yeah,
want
we
to know.
all have cats. Yeah, a lot of us have cats here. If you've got a
Okay.
cat, press one. A lot
If
some
you're
yeah, the three people right here, all of them have cats.
Do your cats eat plastic? I want to know because Pluto likes to eat plastic.
Um, cats tend to, yes, and it can be very dangerous for your cat to have plastic. I know that, you know,
I
they
can't
do
keep
like
them from
the
touching.
oil that it is made from plastic. So this is why cats are attracted to plastic because of the oil that's used to generate plastic materials. And so, that is one of those things. It's sometimes very hard to keep them away from certain kinds of plastic, especially
It is so
packaging.
hard.
Yeah,
Yes, but
because we
it's
have a lot of packaged items. Tinsel as well can be very, and it can be quite dangerous too around the holiday season, as well. So it's always good to not put tinsel on your tree if you can. Um, these are special people in your life, or special pets in your life, and you know what have you been able to like learn? You have three cats now. You've added one later than the other two. How are they all getting along together? Like, how is that looking for you?
I mean, you saw the picture that I sent you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I was a little worried about like Mercury coming in, um, because I didn't know how like Pluto and Gemini would handle it, and he came from, like I said, a kitten colony. So I think that the I worked with the nurse, and she had something like 16 kittens because yeah, she had three working cats, which I wish unfortunately she didn't get them spayed, but three working female cats, barn cats, call
Hmm.
them working cats, and they all had litters around the same time. And so he was used to being around kittens but also used to being outside. And so um Gemini, I think she struggled a little bit. She was like, but honestly, I like whenever I've had to introduce a new cat like into my life with another cat, you do it slowly. Like you bring an item that has the other cat's smell on it into their space, but keep them in different spaces, and then you feed them closer and closer together. But instantly, they were like eating off the same plate. They were snuggling in the bed. So I feel like I was pretty blessed there. Gemini is not the biggest fan of Mercury, but she doesn't like, they don't attack each other or anything. Like we practice soft paws here, which Mercury is still learning. They might scratch each other. I don't have anything, buddy. I have
So,
nothing.
Adria, can you tell us when you say soft paws, what does that mean? Because there's a lot of people who don't have cats that are probably like, what does that mean?
Well, um, hands are for petting, not for playing. So we use toys. You're not agitating them. You're not teaching them to like use their claws or anything like that. And I, from a young age, I touch their paws a lot. I pick them up, like I gently stroke them or whatever, so that, like Pluto, like if he doesn't want to kiss, like he will use his paws to like push me away, but he does not use claws. And I try to keep scratching posts near furniture, and so they don't scratch furniture, like just soft paws, like teaching them, you know using your claws and having their claws is really important. That's why we have toys and we have scratching posts and things like that. And they can kind of attack each other a little bit, but not, it's just, it's behavioral stuff. Because if they
Yeah.
do start going outside, they will need their claws, but like Pluto, buddy, you're so big. Like I can, kiss him. Right? We touch his little paws. Yes, we do. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Oh, very sweet. Oh, what's your favorite memory so far of either one of the cats or all of the cats together?
my favorite memory.
Just one that comes up that makes you feel good.
So I had, oh, I don't know. I mean, I have so many, but like they're all a little shy. I had a cat. MC, if you're in the comments, she knows like, oh, this cat was like my soulmate or whatever. He was so sweet, so loving. And these cats are a little, they sleep more at my feet instead of like up here. Pluto's getting more like wanting to snuggle like closer to me, but I was like ugly face crying one night, where you're like guttural, just like really having a hard time. And I was like sitting on my floor, kind of like on this, like on the side of my bed, and like he came up and he was like on my shoulder and he kept like tapping my face. And I don't know if he was like, what is that sound? This really freaky sound. Or if he was like, you're hurting. Like, I don't know what to do, but like, here, I'm here. Like, it was one or the other, right, Eddie? Like, it kind of made me laugh because he was probably like, stop, that's really weird. um, so
Well, that's a good question. Do you think your pets are like kind of in touch with your emotions, like emotional state?
yeah, yes, yes, I do believe so. Absolutely. Yeah, energy can be felt across all living organisms. You know that, our vibe affects frequencies, if you will. So
Yeah, I agree with that completely, but not everybody does. And I think it's a very interesting thing, like I've had Chuck Norris come up and pet me. He's petting me, not me petting him, like you're
yeah,
speaking of, especially if I've been upset or crying. He definitely
yes,
comes up and pets me here. And I think it's not because I think it's because they're trying to comfort you,
I think
So.
so too. Yes, I
Yeah,
think
and
so
I think
too.
it's so sweet, as well. All right, what kind of naughty things do your kitties do?
Oh, Gemini. Gemini, my little tortie. I stay,
The
I rent a
Gordy.
basement. Yes, the tortie with the toad. She likes to get into the ceiling. So
Wait, the
yeah,
ceiling of your home.
yes, in the
Oh
basement.
no,
They
what do you
like
do to try to get her out?
well, I've had to duct tape certain things, but I don't know why she does that. And then yeah, so she's my little naughty one. Like I don't know why she does that. I have no idea. And of course they like to knock stuff off of like, shelves and things like that. And but that's about as naughty as they can get. I mean, they're really very sweet cats. The only regret I have is that I haven't spent as much time with them as I have my other pets when they were kittens. I feel
Sure.
like Pluto and Gemini had each other, and I was in a very uh my mindset. It was I was going through some grief with my mom and my other cat that had passed away, and they had each other. And I feel like I haven't really been there as much for Mercury, and which is going to be interesting because they've been indoor cats, and I'm going to have to start harness training them soon. So because we might be hitting the road. So
Oh,
yeah.
have you harness trained other cats before, Julia?
Yes, not these guys, but yes, I had Jesus, who was the love of my life. He was harness trained, and so was Baby Beanie. But Baby passed away. He's the one that passed away right about when my mom passed away. So um, it's difficult. It takes some time, and it's all about that slow exposure, just like with soft paws. Yeah. You put it on them so they wear it and let them wear it around the house for a while. And then you start taking them like outside without the leash, and all of that, like just like exposure therapy. Because if I start traveling again, then they're gonna have to.
Hello.
Um, what do I keep hearing? Um,
Oh, I don't know. It might be the upstairs TV. I do have a daughter who plays the TV quite loud. If it might be my upstairs TV. If it's, is it like, because every once in a while I can hear the TV and I think she must be watching an action movie. Like,
I'm like, what is going on here?
it
On
might be
another.
Gemini up in their ceiling. They ripped the duct tape off. No, I mean, like I know what that's like. Chuck Norris used to have a problem climbing in my basement ceiling until I replaced it with sheetrock. He was actually coming through the ceiling because it was tiled and dropped out like 18 different 12 by 12 tiles. So, and every once in a while I would hear this loud crash
Like
and Chuck, and I'd hear, "Meow," and it lit, and I was like, oh,
I had
Chuck
to like
just,
duct tape some of the tiles if you don't see, because I'm like, Gemini, stop.
yeah, I have experience in this area myself, and that's when I hired somebody to come in and just literally sheetrock it. So, yeah, I was like, I am done. My cat is, but like I said earlier tonight, like cats can drop from quite a long distance and still be safe, and maybe have to go to the vet, but still. If you're just coming in to Meow Me, welcome in. This is Top Adstria. We are here with her three special pets, Pluto, Gemini, and Mercury. And if you have any special questions you'd like to know about the pets, please feel free to ask them as long as they're respectful and kind. I may choose the question to ask as well. Please make sure you click on her name and hit her with a favorite. And as well as all of these amazing gifters up here, please hit them with favorites too. Okay. Now, Drea, when when would you add a fourth cat?
I never thought that I would have three cats, especially like traveling. I'm like, I I don't know why I even said yes to the third cat, but it just felt like it was meant to be. So I don't know. Sometimes I make jokes like I will spend hours like, okay, I just gave Pluto some love. Uh-oh, now I have to go love on Mercury. Now I have to go love on Gemini. But Pluto just saw that, so now I have to go love on Pluto, and now I have to go love on. And I'm like, when does it end? When does it end? It never ends.
No, no, it doesn't. No, yeah.
Buddy. So he's gonna be a great candidate for high five. Like Beanie and Jesus both did high five. You've got to watch certain behaviors, and I can already tell Mercury's going to be a good candidate for training for high five because he reaches for the food as
Oh,
Pluto reaches for
there's
the food.
Pluto. Yeah, I was gonna say
So
there's Pluto too. He's coming for it. He's
are you
coming
going to
for
be
this.
a good candidate for high five? Yeah, Mercury's going to be a good candidate for high five. I'm going to be working on that.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. I really enjoy this. I don't know. I'm sure other people are too. I'm like, I love this. I love I love people with showing off their cats especially. I love all pets. I have a clear bias maybe for cats, but I do love dogs and other pets too. So, but if somebody if you were like to get just from your personal perspective, like what kind of things do you think people need to be thinking about if they wanted to go get a cat?
Um, make sure if you want to get a cat, like, um, ugh, there's so many things. Like if you've never had a cat, that's interesting. Like they're not always going to be like dogs, and they show affection. They're very loyal, but you have to have the ability to kind of be very observant because they show their affection and their loyalty often in different ways.
Mm.
You kind of have to learn their body language. Um, yeah, and get a cat that you connect with. Like if you want a cat, like just based on breed and beauty, that's fine. Like I said, I have no issues with that, um, but at least find one that you pay for, that your personality clicks with.
Yeah.
And remember that a lot of behaviors that people tend to get rid of their cats for, such as peeing outside the litter box, scratching furniture, like that's actually your responsibility to provide the tools for that cat to learn not to do that. And if you're doing all of those things and it's not working, one, please do not declaw them. That is the most abusive thing you can do. You can put on cat covers. The other thing is take them to the vet, because they might actually be sick if
Yeah.
they're having certain behaviors. And if you have a cat that's shy and not very cuddly, like that's okay too. Not all cats are going to be up in your face lovey, and that's not another reason to get rid of them. Also think about like your future. Like if you're going to be moving around a lot, if you want to have children, you don't know how the cat's going to be around them, and you don't have the time to like train those behaviors, maybe don't get the cat. And please, 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 please get your animals fixed.
Mm.
Even, I've been in positions where, when I was in school and I couldn't take them to like a major vet, take them to the Humane Society, take them to mobile clinics. There's a lot of places you can go to get your cat spayed and neutered. There are so many animals out there that, are dying and suffering because we're not, dogs. You see a dog in the street, you're going to go make sure it's okay, but you see an injured cat in the street, we tend to look the other way. We don't realize that they also can be injured, starving, and hurt just as much as like a dog can be. So, try to control the population that way if you can.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. So
Yeah.
that's my advice.
Yeah, no, that's really
Thank you.
valuable. Like having a pet you can connect with. If you're looking at a specific breed, you're gonna want to make sure they're from a reputable breeding source, not
Yes.
like a cat mill or a puppy mill, as well. And two, I love that. Um, have you always been a cat lover, or have you been a dog lover? Are you've always been a cat lover, or have you just loved all pets, or how did you get
Um,
into kitty cats?
I'm an animal person. I really don't know like how I got into kitty cats, but I do know that I had a very special cat when I was younger that was kind of like my safe place.
Yeah,
Because my home could be kind of turbulent sometimes, like my home situation, and I always just felt safe with pets. And when it was a cat, and he was orange, like a tabby, and his name was Shaquille O'Neal. I don't know why I named him that. But I also loved dogs. So we had a lot of German Shepherds growing up, a lot of Malamutes, and my mom, she bred Norwegian elk hounds. So I grew up with a lot of animals. We had ferrets. I mean, just between like the breeding dogs and and all of that. But cats have always been kind of my go-to. I would love to have a dog.
yeah,
However, I work long hours. I'm trying not to be a traveling nurse anymore, but I'm still a traveling nurse. And so it's hard. I know people do travel with dogs. I travel with cats, but if I'm gone 12, 13, 14 hours, like who's letting that dog out? Who's taking care of that dog? Things like that. At least I know that I can provide stimulation with toys and TV and, the litter box and cats having each other, you know. Um, than I could with a dog. That's not fair. But maybe someday, instead of that fourth cat, maybe I'll go ahead and get that German Shepherd, or I want a Great Dane, or whatever it is when the time's right.
yeah, absolutely. If you guys, we are just coming down to the end of Meow and Me. And before I let Top Badge Drea leave, I want to get a chance to ask her, like, Drea, when will you be streaming? When can people check you out? And if you're just coming in and you don't know Drea, please click on her name and hit her with a favorite as well. Okay. But I'll give her a chance to answer this question. And this one is Mercury, right?
Yeah, it's Mercuroni. Oh, Bubby.
Mercuroni.
I call him Mercuroni and cheese because he's got that little orange on him, but his name is Mercury. Are you biting me? Don't bite. No biting. He's like, okay, I'm done touching. We're working on him. So I do not, I stream whenever I want to stream, okay?
Well, fine.
I tend I tend to be a late night streamer. I have been starting a little bit earlier and earlier. And by earlier and earlier, I mean not starting at 2 a.m. I mean starting at like 9 or 10. I am trying to do a lot of stuff around Zodiac fun events. Kitty knows that I do these Zodiac auctions 4 times a year. I think she should have. Yes, yes, yes. I think she should have won that one, if you ask me. She was in my villain edition, and I loved it so much. And then she helped judge the summer edition. And it's not just an auction; it's a whole dang event. It's pretty multi-layered.
It's
There's a
fun.
lot that goes into it. It is a lot of fun. But I'm already starting the planning process for the February, so the winter one, and the theme is just iced. So represent your zodiac iced edition. So,
I
um,
love that.
if anyone is
Ooh.
interested in participating, there's no bid fees. Oh, Kitty, how do I even go into it? Your top three bidders of each auction get entered into a raffle for a dragon, carpet jets. We have great entertainment. All of the people in the auction, the event, they bring the best content, the best with all their ideas that they come up with.
Yeah.
We have a professional judging panel, and then I also have a viewers panel that I let you guys run. I know nothing about that, and we have a really good time. Hopefully, I can start doing more zodiac based events, like, and maybe Kitty, you can mentor me a little bit because I would love to do like royales based
Oh,
on your zodiac. You know,
yeah.
like little fives, like little small ones to start with. You know, like one zodiac sign against another zodiac sign, kind of like battle of the best kind of thing. Um, but I don't know how those work. So, Kitty,
Hey,
oh,
I love, I'm big on content. That's my
you're very
big
creative. I love your content that you come
on.
up with. So I would love to collaborate with you on that one because I'm not, I want it to be so that many people can make different events and do different things because zodiac stuff is fun to talk about, whether you believe in it or not.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Like, hey, what's your sign? And like, oh, Aquariuses and Geminis obviously are the best, and Cancers are all right. Like whatever. We love Cancer women, but
We're moody.
um, hey, I know Libra, air signs, gang, gang. We love our air signs.
I love it. So if you are interested in being in her Zodiac auction in February, I know it sounds like it's a long way away, but it's not. It'll come up on you fast.
We
She
got
does an
20
entire
spots.
theme. It's
Yes.
incredible. Yeah, and it is limited in terms of space as well. Um, I might, as soon as we're out of feature, maybe I'll go grab my crab hat. But I made a whole crab hat. I really got into it. I love the costuming of some of the people who participated last time. I just remember like
Oh,
the one
Keisha did
seemed
such
like
a good job.
it was beautiful. So okay, but I do need to wrap the show up. So you guys please take a moment if you haven't already, click on Tria, hit her with a favorite. Tria, thank you so much for being my special guest tonight.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
having
your
me. Third
time.
time's the charm, right?
It's okay. Thank you for being my special guest. Thank you for your time and sharing part of your life with all of us here.
Oh, I adore you guys. You just kick me out of the box whenever
Oh,
you're ready.
she's gonna kick me out of the box. Now, I have a special announcement to make if you're still hanging tight. We did not do pets in the news tonight because